Okay, I think we're up and going. Uh, let's see. Looks like we got a couple people in the chat already, so I guess that's good. If y'all can hear me, someone help me out here real quick and just let me know if the audio and video looks okay. I'd appreciate that. You guys hear me okay? You see, we got a couple people coming in now here real quick. So, JT Town, loud and clear. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow. All right. Looks like getting a couple people in here already. So that looks good. All right. How's everybody doing? You guys have some pretty good sales and stuff like that this week? I gotta take and garage flips. How you doing, Lonnie? Nice to see you, bud. Okay, for some reason my screen went a little wonky on me, so I'm gonna work the bugs out of this here real quick, and then we'll jump into it. So hey, there we go. I got a little bit better on my end. Super Sunshine Thrifter, hello from Orlando. Oh, my grandmother used to live in Orlando. How you doing, Sunshine Thrifter? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, looks like we got a few people in the chat, so awesome. All right, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into it. Yesterday went out, did some unexpected garage sailing. The wife wanted to go to Victoria's Secrets. We don't have one in my area. It's about an hour away. So anyway, she talked me into going to, like I said, one of the little bigger areas away from me. And as we rolled into the area, we realized they had a community-wide garage sale going on. So I told her her Victoria's Secret trip was just going to have to wait a little bit. So I was glad I had my truck. And we ended up doing pretty good. She ended up getting a bunch of stuff. I found a bunch of stuff, and it was really nice because it was all on a whim. I only spent about $50, but I had a really good. I think I probably got about $450 to $500 return on investment. So I thought I did pretty decent. She was still able to go to Victoria's Secrets. We had a nice dinner and what have you. So that was really, really nice. So anyway. Yeah, and also, guys, to top it off, I had 6 sales yesterday, which was really, really good for me, especially on a Saturday. Seems like for whatever reason on Saturday I don't have the greatest sales, but it is what it is. See, Sherry, what you're selling's in the chat. How you doing, Sherry? Christine Mackey. Hey, great. I'm glad you could catch me, Christine. All right. So anyway, we'll jump into it. I'll show you guys what all I picked up yesterday. Got just a bunch of different stuff. First off, I'm going to start out with just a couple shoes. I picked up a couple pair of shoes. I got I found these. These here are CD cycling shoes. They got like a little thing for the clips. If you guys watch Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, he's really big into picking up cycling stuff and what have you. These go actually for some pretty decent money. I got them for $1. They're size 13, which is a great size. And the lady that I bought them from said that I think they've only been worn like one time. So I should easily get about, I'm guessing on the low end, $35 to probably $50 for these shoes, which is, I thought was overall a great find. And then at the same house, considering those are 13s, I don't know where these came from, but I got these really sick Cole Haans. These are Cole Haan shoes. These here are like brand new as well. I mean, you can see the soles are super, super nice, but these are an 8.5. So I don't know where the 13 to 8.5 came from out of the same house, but maybe grandpa was living with them for a little bit or whatever. But yeah, so I got 2 really, really nice pairs of shoes for $2, basically total. And I should easily get $35, $40 out of the Cole Haans. I may even ask a little bit more. So they were really, really nice. I scored this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game, new sealed in package. I scanned it with my seller app. And it comes up about $35. But on eBay, it goes for about $25. I already got that listed. So hopefully maybe I can get rid of that here this week. Make that money back on that. That's a really nice find. Guys, always keep an eye out for the new sealed handheld games in package. Those are always great, great find. Let's see what else we find. Oh, I guess I got this for me. Found this Fat Max, just kind of like a flat saw. Anyway, I got that for $1, so that was for me. And it was new in package. So it's always nice when you find stuff for you and yourself around the house and what have you. So that's always good. Speaking something else for me, it is horrible. I did get, it was nice. I had the wife with me, and we did find a couple things for us. Y'all know, I go by the Parrot Head Picker. Those of you who aren't sure, what the Parrot Head is or what that's all about, I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan, and all of his fans are all called Parrot Heads. So anyway, while we were out yesterday, I found this. This is I guess they call it it's just a margarita aider or nader or whatever it is. It's brand new in the box, and I got this for $4. This thing is awesome. It's not as good as the Margaritaville margarita machine, but anyway, for $4, you can't go wrong. I did open it up just to make sure, all the cords and everything were in there, because this one also has a DC adapter, so I can actually plug this in my cigarette lighter and what have you. So when we're out tailgating, who makes my margaritas? So definitely looking forward to using that this year. And like I said, for $4, can't go wrong. If we only use it once or twice or decide we don't like it, I don't think I'll ever have a problem unloading that for $20-25. So that was a really, really cool find there as well. Let me just jump over the chat again real quick and give a couple more shout outs. Midwest Pickens in the house. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. It looks like we got about 13, 14 people watching right now. So yeah, great. Go ahead and feel free to say hi. The Cincinnati Picker just popped in. How you doing, John? Just sharing a few of my garage sale finds today. Been watching your videos and enjoying them. If you guys haven't checked out John, the Cincinnati Picker, yet, go ahead and check out his channel. I love watching his stuff. He's got a lot of great content and what have you. And then Lonnie Garage Flips is in here as well, so check out his channel. I love watching Lonnie. I've learned a lot of stuff watching his stuff. He's always picking up some all kinds of good stuff and what have you. So anyway, jump back into it, and I'll show you some of the other stuff I picked up yesterday. Like I said, I thought I did pretty good for $50. I grabbed these. These are, I guess, they're Epson inks. They're actually still in date. I paid $5 for them, as you can see. I did, and I think there's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of these in here. So, I mean, easily, I'm sure these are $10 a piece. I'll probably lot them all together, and I don't see why, though. I mean, even on the low end, I should get $50 to $60 out of those inks. And like I said, they're all still good, I think, until around June. So that's even a better selling point. But, you guys can always sell new ink, expired ink on eBay. And tomorrow, when I release my Making Money Monday, in my last live video, I think I showed 2 big packages of expired ink that I bought at a garage sale. I actually sold both of those last week for about $36 a piece. I paid $2 a piece for them at garage sale. So I'll show you those, and you guys can check that out. And so yeah, don't ever worry about picking up ink. Also, if you guys have been kind of following me and watching me, I've been telling you about grabbing Monopoly. So yesterday I grabbed this sweet Monopoly The Office game. The ladies said they've never played it. So honestly, I'm going to open it right now. I didn't even open it because I have my hands full. Okay, I was hoping that all the stuff was still sealed. That would have been great. Oh, geez. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. But anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to park this out or sell it. Like I said, she said that they'd only played it once. It looks like it's in really, really good condition. A lot of times I don't like selling whole games. I'd rather part them out. I actually do better parting the games out than I do selling them whole, and it's way cheaper to ship. I think in the last couple videos I put out too, I've been selling tokens. I think I did the Peanuts, Charlie Brown Peanuts set of tokens. I think I got $17 out of those. And then I had a U.S. Army edition set of tokens. I got around $17 out of those, $18. And, they only cost about $261 to ship. So it's just selling the tokens is totally worth just picking up an oddball Monopoly game. So even like with The Office, I'm sure I'll probably at least get that out of the tokens if this thing isn't complete. I just got to do some comparisons just to see what's up, what's what with all that. Set this over here, guys. Then I found this. You guys who watch me too, you guys know I sell a lot of clothes. I grabbed this. I've been actually looking at getting one of these. I'll probably never use this thing, but I thought it was kind of cool. And I don't know if you guys have seen these or not. These here are the shirt folders. It's kind of like a flip board. I know you can make these out of cardboard and what have you, but You can see I only paid $1 for it, so the latest it's never been taken out of the package. And obviously, I mean, by looking at it, yeah, I can tell it's never been used. So I was actually, like I said, going to buy one of these off eBay, and I think they go around about $15. So I'm going to give it a shot for folding up some of my shirts because I want to start pre-packaging some of my shirts. I have all my clothing inventory and all that stuff is all hanging on hangers. I have individual racks for every clothes. Like I have one rack that's all long sleeve button up shirts, another rack that's all short sleeve button up shirts, one for t-shirts, one for polo shirts, and then I have a really big heavy rack that I keep all my jackets, sport coats, blazers, all that sort of stuff on. So I want to start getting all that stuff organized a little better, put into bins, and that way that it's prepackaged. Just cut down a little bit of time on the shipping end of stuff because I am trying to ramp up my store a little bit. And I think I'm getting pretty close to about 450 items right now. So, that's definitely good. And, I know it's summer slowdown or whatever they call it, but, I think as long as you stay listing, you're going to keep selling. So I think this morning I must have probably listed 20 items already just this morning. I've been up since about 4 o'clock. So like I said, figured I'd get a few things up and listed. Then I grabbed this. I'm going to have to back up here a little bit. But these things are awesome. Oh, I got this whole giant tub of Nerf guns. Yeah, I scored this. I was super happy. Considering the citywide sale had been going on all day Friday, we hit it up Saturday on, like I said, a whim. I got that for $20. It's just full of Nerf guns and all sorts of clips and ammo and just accessories. Wow, 450. I have 50. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I got one of these nice big guns here, and it's got both the clips in it. Got another huge gun. I mean, in there, this is another big monster gun with the clip. This is the Stampede. I'm assuming both these guns here. The other one here is what they call the long shot. I'm assuming both those guns are easily $20, probably $25. This here is the Alpha Trooper. It's even got the little barrel on, or the turret, or whatever. I don't know what you want to call these. Maybe some of you guys sell Nerf guns, got a better idea than what I do with these. But yeah, I know these sell well. I got another one that looks like almost like a paintball gun. This one here is, was it Mega Strike? Yeah. Maga Strike. So, like I said, I'm guessing each of these guns is $20. Got a Nerf grenade, and then, like I said, there's just a whole bunch more of accessories, parts. There's a couple more. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So, like I said, I was super happy to score that for $20. She was wanting, I think she was wanting $10 a gun. Like I said, there's a couple more smaller guns and what have you in there. And I told her, I said, well, how much for everything? And she was like, well, I'd really like that, but my kids aren't here. They don't play with this stuff. She goes, if you just get rid of it, she goes, you can have it for $20 and I'll let you keep the tub. So I got that big monster tub. So that'll be great for the summer or when we're tailgating. I can fill that thing with some ice and some cold beer. And, I'll be good to go with that. So John, this is for you, buddy. Sorry about your Reds. Go Cubs. But yeah, the Cubbies put a beating on the Reds yesterday. But anyway, I know you're a big Cincinnati fan, so I just had to throw that out there for you, bud. God, what else did we get yesterday? I think that was all the cool stuff I got. And then I found I had no intentions of picking up clothes, but when you run into certain clothes and they're cheap, you got to jump on it. So anyway, I'm going to grab a couple clothing items I grabbed that are really, really cool. That tub probably cost 20 retail, good score. Yeah, I have no idea what that. I mean, I'm expecting, like I said, that tub probably I'm guessing, probably $150 maybe out of that tub. Because, like I said, I'm expected on the low end, $20-25 a gun, plus all this. Actually, the accessories, the clips and all that sort of stuff, that's where all the money's at. So, here we go. I'm going to get killed now. I opened the bag of worms. So, did you see how the Reds trolled the Cubs? Yeah, I seen that. That was pretty. I saw it on the highlights. I wasn't home. Like I said, I was out garage sailing yesterday, but actually we were kind of in a pub or whatever bar after we had got done. We were sitting there having a couple drinks and eating and stuff like that. And yeah, I saw it come across the TV and I just started shaking my head. So yeah, but it, you know, it's all good. All right, hang on here, guys. Okay, this here is probably one of my favorite finds. I've already got this up and listed. Check this out. This here is a vintage Pabst Blue Ribbon, 100% nylon coat. I couldn't find anything like it on eBay. There are no comparables to this at all. And I don't think this thing's ever been worn. I mean, it's super crisp. You'd still see like the folds, the creases, like where this thing was like folded. Yeah, I mean, it's a super, super nice jacket. I listed this for $50. And I don't know if I have free. I think I have $50 free shipping on it. And it's an extra large. So it's got the old, you know, just the snap buttons and what have you. But I paid $1 for that. So I thought that was, is this, yeah, it's not a shirt. It's actually a jacket, Lonnie. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like it's unlined, like a windbreaker type of jacket. So yeah, super score there. I was really, really pumped to find that, you know, and it's got the really nice, you know, Pabst embroidered patch on it, you know, nothing on the back. The cuffs are super tight. It's got drawstrings, you know, the drawstrings are still there in the waist. So, I mean, it's, yeah, it's, that thing is fire. Yeah. It's definitely, you know, I might be a little on the low side on this, but I was looking at some of the vintage Pabst stuff, and it's pretty much about where it's rolling at in that neighborhood. I think if it was lined, it might go for a little bit more. But anyway, like I said, I'm super happy with that. Jack, I can't pronounce your last name, bud, but it says very nice. Love unique items. Yeah, I love finding unique items too. You know, if you just tuned in, Jack, check out the beginning of my video. I kind of showed some of the other stuff that I kind of grabbed today. Yeah, it's basically a windbreaker type jacket, Renee. Then I grabbed this. This here's brand Casey Paris, or Casey the Rockstar Flipper. He loves this brand. And I don't find this very often. It's called Igara. That's what the tag looks like. This is double extra large, classic fit, non-iron. But you can see how it's got the inside pattern, but it's also got the contrast cuffs, like the Robert Graham's. I got this for $2. So this is a super, super nice shirt. You know, I don't know how well you can see the pattern on that, but, you know, really, really nice heavy shirt. Like I said, I don't think I've ever run across one of these in my area. So yeah, the quality of this is just amazing. I don't know. I may see if this fits me. Maybe I can rock this thing for you know, maybe a night out or something with the wife. Who knows? But yeah, really, really nice shirt. And like I said, I hear Casey talk about this this brand all the time. I'm not sure where these are found, if it's like Men's Warehouse or something like that. But I think it's one of those, like, you know, men's department store places or what have you. So yeah, real nice find there. And here's a brand I've never run across. Like I said, the area where we were at was kind of I guess maybe more of a higher end area. And some of the houses, I mean, you know, I guess we're talking $500,000 houses. Yeah, it was really, really nice. Actually, where I found this shirt, it's Arc'teryx. It's an outdoor brand. It's kind of like it's a real different, like, outdoor type shirt. The lady said this was an extremely expensive shirt, which I knew, but I wasn't going to let her know that. I was sitting there going through some of her stuff, and she had some kid stuff there, and I found 2 Bugatti Umo kid shirts, but I left them. You know, I probably should have grabbed them. I didn't even know Bugatti Umo, but they were Robert Graham's. I'm sorry, Robert Graham kid shirts. I didn't even know they made kid shirts. I think she must have had twins because they were identical shirts. And what have you. But hey, Sherry, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. Yeah, they were really, really nice. So when I seen the Robert Graham's, I seen the Arc'teryx, and then I've got another shirt here. I was like, okay, these people. Well, and obviously, I mean, by their house, I knew they were very well off. I asked her if she had any more Robert Graham's, and she said she had a whole closet full of them. And I about passed out, and I was like, do you have any for sale? And she was like, no, I can't get my husband to part with them. And I was like, oh. So I gave her my number. I told her, I said, I live about an hour and 30 minutes away from here. if he ever decides to part with them, please give me a call. I said, I normally always tell people, I'm a reseller, what have you, for whatever reason I didn't. But I told her, I said, it's my size. I love Robert Graham. Definitely, just give me a call. And she was like, sure. So, I'm hoping maybe I'll hear something on that one of these days, but, I'm not going to keep my fingers crossed, but, I threw it out there. But anyway, yeah, back to this Arc'teryx. This is a really, really good brand. This will probably be a $30, $35 shirt. And I forget who was telling me about this, or was talking about this brand, but they said it's a very, very good brand to keep an eye out for. It's got a really good resale value and not a lot of them out there. It might have been Luke over at Endless Entrepreneurs, but yeah, he's always finding them high-end brands, but he lives in that same area where Jason Prof Sales lives. And I swear, if you're a clothing seller, that's got to be just a gold mine, because it's like everything that they pick up is just money, and it must be all over the place. This here's a great shirt. This here's Nat Nast. This is a Charlie Sheen, like bowling type shirt. This will probably be a $29 shirt. I paid $2 for this. So I don't know if you guys remember watching, God, what the heck was the name of that show that he was in? Was it 2.5 Dads or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, it's a real iconic shirt that Charlie Sheen usually wears. So nice pick up there. And then I grabbed this some Pendleton I found. Just a wool shirt. It's size large. So 2.5 men. Yes, thank you. I was close. Thanks, Lonnie. Yeah, I found this really nice Pendleton, heavy wool shirt. I really checked it over to make sure there was no holes. That's one thing you definitely want to do when you're grabbing Pendleton and stuff like that, or the wool stuff. It's typically what I like to buy when I grab Pendleton's wool. I don't have the best luck with cotton or anything like that in that line, but wool always does well. So I got that for $2. That'll easily be a $30 shirt. Plus, I'll probably charge them for shipping, because that's going to come in over the 15.9 ounces. So, and then last but not least, grab this. This here's it's golf season. Grab this Nike Golf, just V-neck pullover. Decent item here. I got this for $2, and it'll go for probably $25, $30. So I'll probably get about 20. I'll get probably 25 out of it just to move it quick. And it's extra large, so really good shape and condition. Like I said, with it being golf season now underway and what have you, real nice find there. So, all right. Anyway, guys, that was my haul. How do you think I did? I think I did pretty good. Like I said, for $50 and not planning on going garage sailing. Yeah, I was pretty happy with it, and especially being it was day 2 of the sales. We didn't get up there till a little bit later because, like I said, it was unexpected. I thought I did pretty good. So, yeah, I got a few of these things already listed this morning. Yeah, I'm just kind of on a frenzy right now. I actually just checked the number of listings I've already done so far this month. I think I'm right around about 120 listings already this month that I've put up. So I'm trying to stay very vigilant and active on that. Just, whenever I'm sitting around in a chair or what have you, I try to always have a bunch of photos already taken and, ready to go. So that way when I'm sitting around, I can just, do my editing, and then I'll take notes and what have you, on stuff. And I usually write it down in a notebook or what have you. And then, that way I've got it and I'm good to go. So like I said, when I'm just watching TV on basically downtime, I'm still being productive. So, like I said, I work a full-time job, so, I have to maximize every bit of time that I have. So let me jump back over the chat. And looks like we have about 25 people watching. So I thank everybody who's popped in. See, yeah, feel free to say hi and jump in the chat. If you guys got any questions for me, shout them out here real quick. And then I'm probably going to get out of here. I'm not going to make this real long today. Lonnie says, yeah, that's fantastic for Impromptu haul. Yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Like I said, I hit a couple places on Friday in my hometown after I got off work. But, I don't get off work till about 2 o'clock. So on a Friday, garage sales are pretty much wrapping up by between 2 and 5. They've been pretty well cherry picked. I did run into the one sale I did go to. I did find a whole giant case of Skylanders, the little characters. I've done really, really well with those in the past. They hold their value very pretty good. But the lady wanted like $50 or $60 for them. I would have definitely got my money back on it, but I didn't want to tie up that much money into, I might have only made about 70, 75 bucks off the whole thing. I was trying to get it under 20. I did have a case, which was really, really nice. And then the games, and then the little, I don't know what you want to call them. I think they're called a portal. But anyway, let's see. Midwest Pickens says very good haul. All I usually find is jeans at our garage sales. Nothing wrong with jeans, especially at garage sales. You can get them super cheap. That's the way I like to get them. If I can get them under $3, it's a great price for jeans. You can sell jeans usually all day long between 19 and 30, $29. And if you put free shipping on them, especially if you're getting them for $1 or $2, that's not bad. List them at, even if you list them at $24.99 free ship. I always charge shipping for jeans. I just listed a pair of Lucky Brand jeans this morning. I think I did them for $27.99, and I'm making the buyer pay shipping. So it's still a great price for a pair of Lucky jeans. John, the Cincinnati picker asked, am I going to the reseller rally? No, I'm not. I wish I was. I didn't get a ticket. So, I kind of futzed around. I actually thought the tickets would be available a little longer. I know Lonnie and Glenn were heading up that way. And then I thought about, if they were still going to be around Monday. Mondays are my day off. I try and hook up with them guys, maybe, hit the area a little bit or what have you. Because it's about, I believe the town of Schaumburg is where they're doing the reseller rally at. And I live just shy of 2 hours away from Schaumburg. So, definitely were, easy for me to drive up there and meet. I know the area is a very, there's some good money in that area. So it's a really good area to thrift. So the quality of merchandise and items, they're really decent. I've never actually thrifted that area, but I know the area really well. My sister lived there for a real short period of time after college. So, I definitely know the area. There's a huge mall up there. So, if you're taking your wives or, it's ginormous mall. I know there's a Savers in the area, some other stuff. So, let's see what else we got over here. Super Sunshine Thrifter says, nice items. Thank you. J-Town. Is it hard to find packaging for long items like Nerf guns and board games? Well, yes and no. For the Nerf guns, if I'm only selling one, typically what I'll do is I'll Frankenbox. Here, hang on one second. Typically for Nerf guns, what I'll do is these here are the shoe boxes from the USPS. And usually what I'll do is I'll just put two of them together. They typically usually will just slide right in here, and then, I'll pack them good, and you just make them really long. That typically works pretty good as long as you're doing one. If I've got more than one, I use a lot of the padded bubble mailers from the USPS, so I always save those boxes. They're nice and long and they're wide. Those work really good. You can usually get 3 or 4 guns in there, depending on, how those go. But yeah, I'm always on the lookout for odd shaped boxes. I try to grab them whenever I can find them. But let's see what else. Midwest Pickin' asks, any luck with Skylander pops? I'm not familiar. I know what the Funko Pops are. Is that what you're talking about, Midwest Pickin'? I don't really mess with those if that's what you're asking for. I know a little bit about them. I know there's some Chase variants. Those are the popular ones, but running across those are probably pretty rare. I know in my area, it's just kind of like with Hot Wheels. They always have the Chase versions of those, like the treasure hunts and super treasure hunts. But we have people that just ransack that stuff as soon as it comes in on a pallet. They know right when it comes in. They'll take stuff right off the pallet and they just ransack it. And then you're never finding that stuff in my area. We have a lot of collectors actually in my area. And for being in a small town that I live in, like I said, I live in a town of about 10,000 people. It's not a small town, but it's not a large town by any means. We do have a lot of collectors, especially like with the video game type stuff and what have you. Nerf guns are not fun to pack. You're absolutely correct, Lonnie. They are not fun to pack, but where there's a will, there's a way. You can definitely get them done. So yeah, definitely not a problem. Lonnie says, I walk by them because I'm too lazy to pack them. But there's some really good money. Is it, and if you guys aren't familiar with the Nerf Vulcan, That thing is ridiculous. Usually, I think the retail on that used is right around about $100. It's a monstrous gun. Definitely worth the time to pack, Lonnie. So if you're not familiar with the Vulcan, check it out. I believe Chad Pagel, he picks that up pretty often. I think I've seen it in a couple of his videos. But it's got like a tripod on it. That gun is just huge. It's got a big old belt that holds the stuff, the bullets and everything else. It's just a massive, massive gun. I've seen it at my local Goodwill 2 or 3 times, and usually they're asking around $40 for it, my Goodwill, and it usually will disappear right away. I just have a hard time pulling $40 on something that I know is not complete, because that's the other thing. The more complete it is, the more money it's going to bring for sure. I did see it about 2 years ago complete at a garage sale for $10. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was awesome. But then, it was one of those things that later down the road, I remembered it just because it was stuck in my mind. I was like, God, this thing is incredible. I should have just bought it. But, I don't have boys, I have 2 girls, but they're both grown and out of the house. I don't have any grandsons or anything like that. So, I was like, this is cool, but what am I going to do with it? So, I left it, and then I totally kicked myself in the butt later for not picking it up. But, it is what it is. Okay. Any other questions for me, guys? Because otherwise, I'm probably going to head out of here pretty quick and cut this a little short. Like I said, it's supposed to be halfway decent today. I'm going to do a little grilling, I think, and work on some other listings. I'm going to try and bang out a few things. So hopefully I can, God, I don't think I've had any sales yet this morning. I'm kind of upset about that. None overnight. So, but like I said, had 6 yesterday. So that, I guess that kind of made up for it a little bit. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. And I got like 3 best offers I accepted, and I haven't got paid for any of them. I put best offer on a lot of my stuff. It gets me sometimes, but I've had a lot of sales off of best offer. I think it's definitely a good thing to have, but for whatever reason, people will throw that out there and then they don't follow through with it. It drives me crazy. Speaking of driving me crazy, I don't know if you guys ever run into this. You guys ever go to a garage sale? And I've had this happen on a couple occasions. You ever just go to a garage sale and it's like the person having the garage sale really could care less if they're having the garage sale. They don't acknowledge you at all. This one lady, this one sale we stopped at, and I always say hi. I usually try to be pretty friendly and, cordial and what have you, just make some sort of, small talk or whatever, it's a beautiful day, blah, blah, blah. It's cold. It's whatever, you could just do anything. Just start loosening them up a little bit. Cause you never know if you're going to have to start greasing the wheels. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, yeah, we stopped at the sale yesterday, and this lady, she got her nose. I thought it was in a book, but as I got closer, she was playing solitaire on her iPad, and I go, hi, how you doing? It's a nice day, blah, 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 blah. If you guys had a lot of people out here, this lady didn't acknowledge me at all. Barely even raised her eyebrows, and so I wandered through her stuff, and, I found a couple things that I was going to pick up, and I tried to talk to her one more time, and this lady was just too into the game that she was playing. And I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. If you don't have time for me, I sure the heck ain't going to give you my money. Even though I would have made some money on, what it was that she had. It just drove me nuts. I don't know if you guys ever run into that. You get that one garage sale, person that's having a thing. I don't know. Maybe it's me, or what have you. But God, it just absolutely drove me nuts. But anyway, so that's my little rant on garage sale. Oh, other than the people that don't remove their signs. So if you guys have garage sales, take down your signs after you. That drives me nuts, especially when I'm out running around. I know this is like early, so there's not a lot of signs up yet. But yeah, definitely, I'm going to start running across the old signs because I'm always cruising around. I'll see a sign and dart down a street or what have you. And there's nothing I hate worse than finding a sign that's been sitting there for 2-3 weeks and I didn't realize it. And I wasted a whole bunch of gas and time going to a dead sale. Absolutely drives me nuts. But anyway, Super Sunshine Thrifter says, I always say hello first. Yeah, right. I do the same thing. I always try to be very cordial. And, like I said, just, I don't want to be a threat. I don't want to come off as, some sort of just jerk. You see them guys that come into your sales once in a while and they just storm into the sale, quick dart through it. And they're on a mission. They're doing something. I'm not in that big a hurry. I like to talk to people. And you know what? You make connections by talking to people and what have you. So definitely. Sonic just popped in the chat room. It says, am I being ignored here with question. Oh, Sonic, you know what? I probably missed your question, bud. Go ahead and ask away. I'm paying attention right now. I'm glad you popped in. Haven't seen you for a while or heard from you, but yeah, thanks for stopping in. Vault 1702, huge bolo alert. Birdwell Beach Britches. I bought at Goodwill for $1, sold in a day for holy moly. Oh, it says 37. I thought it said 3. Your exclamation point there looked like a 1. Okay, Lonnie said he didn't see your question as well, Sonic. So yeah, if you got a question for me, bud, go ahead and ask it. You know, we got a couple experts in the room here that know way more than I do, so definitely one of us will be able to help you out. So go ahead and type it in the chat there. Yeah, let's see. Lonnie says, yeah, it's awkward when you walk up and they don't say anything. It's even worse when they watch you like a hawk. Yeah. Last year was really bad because I did a lot on Amazon last year, so I scanned everything. This year, you know, I'm way more educated than what I was previously. So, you know, I know pretty much what I'm looking for. I don't know everything, so I definitely got to, check stuff out. But, you know, so I don't have my phone out as often, but, you know, I do still look things up, you know, kind of like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing. I knew this was worth money, but I didn't know if this was worth $10 or if this was worth $30, you know? So it's like, you know, and I think she had $2 or $3 on it. And I asked her if she'd take $1 for it. She was all about taking $1 for it. So, oh, actually, yeah. And that lady too, she had a whole bunch of Hot Wheels hanging on the wall. So I asked her about the Hot Wheels. And she said, no, she goes, I know what you're looking for. And I was like, oh, I said, well, what's that? I figured I'd, try and feel her out a little bit. She goes, are you looking for the treasure hunts? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, I had a gigantic tub full of them all in the package. But she goes, some guy bought them. And so I asked her, I said, well, can I ask you? I said, what you sold them for? She goes, I gave them away. She goes, I got $50 for the whole big tub of them. And she goes, it was full of the treasure hunts and super treasure hunts. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, those are, if you guys, aren't familiar with Hot Wheels or don't know anything about the Hot Wheels, it's not something I pick up a lot, but I do keep an eye out for them. Do a little research for Hot Wheels treasure hunts or super treasure hunts. The super treasure hunts are really worth pretty decent amount of money. Most of them floating about that $20 range. So, for something you can find on a store shelf for 99 cents, or a lot of times, you can pick them up at garage sales, flea markets, or what have you. A lot of people don't even know what they are. And especially on the treasure hunts, they'll have a real tiny TH, or they'll have this, it's kind of like a circle with a flame logo in it. You got to kind of be, on the lookout for. They're very hard to find, but there are a lot of them out there, and they go for some really, really good money. Some are worth quite a bit more than others. They stopped putting the treasure hunt on the package. There was a few years where they actually, on the side of the package, it would say treasure hunt or super treasure hunt on the package, but they only did that for just a few years. So they are very, very hard to find, especially if you don't know what you're looking for. But yeah, always keep an eye out for Hot Wheels treasure hunts. Can you elaborate on Hot Wheels? Yeah, it's pretty much, what I said. And there's somebody I follow on YouTube. I don't watch them all the time, but they have some pretty good information on the Hot Wheels stuff. The same with the Johnny Lightnings. They have a white lightning series. It's basically where all the cars are all white. Those are pretty rare, harder to find, but you can find them on a peg, like when you're at Walmart or doing whatever, Target, whatever's in your area. Yeah, I've always been intimidated by the Hot Wheels as well, Lonnie. It's something I've really started educating myself on a little bit more, because like I said, it's something, when I'm just farting around at Walmart, or, the wife drugged me along and I don't want to be there, I can go over and go wander through some toys or whatever, and, just see if, by chance I might catch something. I know there's, I think they're called Green Lines, and they have basically their limited, production stuff will be all green, or it'll have green rims, or there'll be something green on them. Those are another really good item to look out for. I don't think Walmart or the Walmarts in my area don't carry the Green Lines, but that's another really good item to look out for as well. Let's see, Sonic. Okay, here we go, bud. Thank you. Okay, I sold jeans and got returned. The lady said it didn't fit, but when I got it back, it was laundry washed and still got a stain on the back. I haven't refunded her and file a claim with eBay. Any tips? This is, yeah, on jeans, that's kind of the fine line. You're probably stuck just because, yeah, boy, this one here is actually a tough question for me. Personally, what I would do, I'm just pretty much a no hassle on returns. As much as I hate it, I just give them their money back. It's no sense in fighting it, especially if you have a lower feedback score or what have you. You start getting some negatives in there. It's just one of those things, Sonic. It comes with the territory. I get jeans back every once in a while. It happens. It's just like with everything. But typically, yeah, I'll just, especially since they send them back to you, just refund their money. There's really no way you're going to be able to fight it too much. I got a return request the other day for a necktie a guy had for 2 months. I have a 30-day return policy. He said the tie was frayed after 2 months. He sent me some pictures, which I know the tie wasn't, but he sent me, so I don't know what happened to the tie. Like I said, the guy's probably wore it for, a month or two. It was a really nice tie, but you know what? I had $1 into the tie. I'm not going to make him send it back. I think he only paid about $15 for it. So I was like, just keep the tie. It's not worth the hassle. eBay probably would have sided with me because it was outside of my window and what have you, but my 30-day window. But I was like, you know what? Just keep it, man. It's just not worth the stress and anguish and stuff like that. I don't know, Lonnie. What's your opinion on that? On doing a return, like we'll just say for some jeans. I know you don't do a lot of clothes, but essentially, it kind of is what it is. Vault Sonic, yeah, I'd refund her and be done with it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much about what I said. Yeah, Vault. I just don't fight. I really, really try not to fight it because once you start fighting it, you're going to escalate the situation a little bit. Then you're going to risk that that negative. I've sold enough stuff where one or two negatives isn't going to hurt me. I'm pretty happy that actually right now I think I'm over 1,000 100% feedback, which is great. But I know I'm going to get a negative, before long, just due to the sheer volume of stuff that I put out, and what have you. But I try to what do I say? I try to be very careful, with everything, but occasionally, you miss something. You're just going to get that one person that's just, there's some people are just mad the moment that they wake up in the morning to the time that they go to bed. No matter what you say or do, you're never going to make them happy. They're those people that they think the sky is green. And if you tell them it's blue, they will argue with you all day long. You just got to take it for what it is. So you know what? Sometimes it's easier. So you know what? Maybe the sky is a little, a little shade of green. You know what? Maybe you're right. You know what? And then just walk away. It's not worth dealing with those kind of people like that. Especially if she was really, really mad. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're mad that she wears them, but how often does that probably happen at Walmart or Kohl's or wherever? How many times do people actually like wear an outfit maybe to like a wedding or something like that, and then they just go and return it and get their money back? It happens. That's the thing that's hard to get past. I think with being a clothing seller is it happens. You got to look at it as what happens at the big box stores. Yeah, they have a way more, people walking in the door, but those same type of people come in there. Does Walmart fight them? Does Kohl's fight them? Does, Target fight them? No, they know, but at the same time, it's like, you know what, just take it back. You write it off as a loss. You know what I'm saying? And on something like that, I just write it off as a loss and then move on. I just, you put that on your P&L sheet for when you do your taxes or whatever, you essentially get your money back. But yeah, it's just easier just to move on. When I was really, really first getting, started with, really pushing the reselling, into a higher gear than what I used to kind of do, because I used to do this pretty casually, but now, I'm, especially with the clothing and stuff, I've definitely, been pushing and pushing harder and harder. You're just going to get returns. And so along with that, like I said, I used to fight it. I used to get really, really mad. I always get a little frustrated when I get a return because I know not every, and this is the thing that's also hard to get past, is not every return is a bogus BS scammer return. They're not. There are good people out there, but I have found that a lot of the people that want returns are always doing the item not as described, so they get the free return shipping. Even though, and I'll even get it right in my comments, super, super nice item, blah, 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 just didn't fit. And then they'll hit item not as described, so they get free return shipping. When they do that, it stinks because the item not as described goes as a ding against me. I just tell them to keep it. That way I'm not eating the shipping on it and what have you. I could call eBay and fight it and this and that. It's just most of the time, like I said, especially with the clothing, I usually don't have more than typically, I think my average, I think last month, my average sale or purchase price throughout the whole month for clothing was like $2.70. So I guess if in the big grand scheme of things, if I can't afford to lose $2 to $3, I shouldn't be selling this stuff. Just my opinion. But, that's just how I look at it. If I can't afford to lose that much, it's not a big deal. Yeah. We kind of look at it as, I lost $20, $30. Well, unless you took that money out of your PayPal right away, you really didn't lose any money. But that's, like I said, that's just my opinion on it. Okay. Anyone else got any questions for me here real quick before I jump out of here? I really enjoy doing the live stuff. I think it's about my third or fourth show now. God, I think we've had, at the most about 24 people watching. So that's really, really great. I want to thank everybody definitely for popping in and hit the like button. If you guys like this sort of thing or, found any of it useful. Okay, here we go. Sonic asks, do I block buyers like this? No, I don't. Unless I get some person that's a total a-hole, pardon my French, that's cursed me out up one side and down the other, used every word, in their small little vocabulary about how horrible I am or my products, I'm not going to block them. It's, I've probably had a return buyer off of somebody that I may have blocked, or, you're just potentially eliminating people that may buy from you again. Like I said, just my opinion. I don't know how Lonnie does things. I think probably, like I said, I've been selling on eBay for, probably 15 years. If you go all the way back, I think I have 3 people blocked over 15 years. So, it is what it is. That's just my opinion on it. I know a lot of the other bigger resellers, I don't think they block buyers either. I think it's just part of the nature of the beast. That's just what happens. You're just going to get a person that's PO'd. And they may just not come back either. So I don't think that there's a person that's going to continually keep buying from you just to piss you off. Like I said, just my opinion. Vault 1702, it says, always just refund the money and let them keep it unless you have big money. Yes, exactly. If I have something that, I can, that I'm going to get, money back on, or, or at least, if it's a $50 item, I'm not letting them keep it. It's definitely worth, them to send it back, even if I've only spent $1 or $2 on it. But for the majority of my bread and butter items, we'll just say, the majority of my, button-up shirts, we'll just say like a Ralph Lauren or my Tommy Bahamas or whatever. I've got $3 tied up into them. Usually, a lot of times less, but anyway, typically $3 to $4. I don't care. But, I got something I've got $15, $20 tied up into, and, even if they send it back, I have a potential, like a blazer. Occasionally I get blazers back. Yeah, I'm definitely having somebody send a blazer back, even though I typically don't pay over $10 for a blazer. But the return on investment on a blazer, it's worth it for me to have them send it back because I can still resell it for $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100. Definitely worth it. So yeah, it all depends on what the item is. Jeans, I usually always have jeans sent back just because, one, I've always originally had the buyer pay for the jeans the first time around. Anything over £1, I typically always have the buyer pay for it, pay for shipping. Some stuff I don't. Most of my, anything under £1, I typically always do free shipping on, just because it's super lightweight, it's cheap, it doesn't cost a whole lot to ship, and probably for the most part, I didn't have hardly anything tied up into it. So all around, I just have no cost involved. So the shipping is it's just an added bonus. So people like free shipping. So Sonic says, I do appreciate all of you for your nice tips. Yeah, the reseller community is a great community, Sonic, for sure. There's a lot of really, really good people out here. They're always willing to help and what have you. So, all right. Any more questions for me, guys? I think otherwise I'm going to wrap it up and head on out of here. Looks like it's supposed to be pretty nice today. So, you know, like I said, definitely get that grill fired up and what have you. Maybe put a little Jimmy Buffett on and just kind of chill in the backyard and work on some listings while I'm sitting out back. So, we got one more here from Lonnie, Mr. Garage Slips. It says, you've got a really good disposition for handling customers, Andy. So much better than getting worked up. I've had $20 returns ruin my day before, and that's not good. Yeah. You know, originally, Lonnie, yeah, they used to just pee me off to no end. And honestly, I still get an anxiety when you get that notification on your phone. You get that, you know how eBay has that weird, like, you know, it has that weird notification sound. I'm like, crap, I got a message. It is like going, I immediately always think it's somebody who's pissed off. I don't know why. Maybe it's I have a guilty conscience. I don't know what, but yeah, I immediately always think that somebody's upset. You know, and usually I get it. It'll be, oh, somebody sent me a best offer. Hey, would you leave me positive feedback? I just left you. You know, it's 99% probably of the time. It's always positive, but then occasionally, then you've got, hey, this doesn't fit. This blah blah blah. You know, and like I said, I don't worry about the don't fit. I just get upset when they do the item not as described. When you know it's totally, you know, it is what it is. But anyway. Renee's Resales, can you tell me if this is a tab collar? I don't know what this is. I was hoping to share a pic. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to do that, Renee. I found a shirt with little cardboard tabs inserted under the collar. Yeah, I'd have to see what it is. I got an idea what it might be, but you know, I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to say without actually seeing the item. I'm assuming this on probably a nicer dress shirt. Or is it like is there hidden buttonholes under the collar? I know a lot of times, like on your collars, let me see. Hang on here. It's not on this shirt, but a lot of times on the collars, like this here is what they call a spread collar. So like if you ever see a shirt like this is called a spread collar. Maybe I should do a video on identifying collars, because there's a few different kinds. This is called a spread collar. Then they have a wider collar, like where these here point out a little farther, kind of like the old 70s, you know, collars. Those are called point collars. And then they have, obviously, you know, your button-down collars. And then they have what I call like a hidden button-down collar. But on the underneath side, or you talk, okay, hey, you know what? This might be what you're looking for. I just happen to see it. Are you talking about that little guy right there? This little cardboard piece that's underneath of the, underneath right there. Is that what you're talking about, Renee? Yes, and the types of shirts too. Okay, that was a Marilyn Monroe t-shirt. Very nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, if that's a little, I think it's just a collar stiffener is all. You know, I mean, you're really only going to find this on your nicer, higher end dress shirts. It just really helps keep your collar nice and crisp. Probably, you know, for after like, because these shirts typically they're going to get dry cleaned. People that are buying these aren't a lot of times your average Joe, just, you know, your average Joe factory worker. He's probably not buying these shirts, but, you know, someone who works in an office or someone who wears, you know, nice stuff, you know, has their stuff cleaned and pressed, you know, pretty regularly. Jesus, I can't talk today. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I would just say these are called collar stiffeners, I believe. I don't even, let's slide. Okay, it slides out. Oh, yeah, it actually says Men's Warehouse, so apparently that's where this shirt comes from. So, but yeah, I believe they're called collar stiffeners. So, but a lot of times, yeah, sometimes on like shirts like these too, they'll have little buttons on the underneath side, and then they'll attach, so it'll still look like a spread or a point collar, but and then you won't see the buttons like typically on like a Ralph Lauren or whatever. They always have like the little buttons that are on the outside, or, you know, like your chaps or Izod shirts or whatever, you know, your Columbia shirts, they always have like the little buttons on the outside. Some of them are just nicer dress shirts. It just makes the shirt look a little cleaner, but it'll still hold the collar down, and it also keeps your, like if you're wearing this with a tie or what have you, it keeps, you know, the sides of the tie all hidden and what have you. So, okay, yeah, no on the collar. It says, yeah, Renee's resale says, yes, please. And types of shirts too. Yeah, I could try and do that. One of these days here, I'll put that in a little notepad or whatever on, something to do one of these days. Well, I found a bunch and they were all 2X. Yeah, 2X is great. 2X, 3X. If you can find bigs or talls, anything, those always sell awesome. Pretty much doesn't even matter on the brand. I mean, obviously you want to stay away from, real common stuff. But, if you get your nicer, higher end dress shirts and what have you, yeah, 2X, 3X always sells great. Shirt tutorial would be awesome. Yeah, definitely. LOL. I can't say regularly either. Never could. Yeah, thanks, Lonnie. Okay, Vault 1702. Yes, messages are always pissed off people. No, they're not. No, they're definitely not always. I always take it that way. Like I said, because I got a guilty conscience. But no, I would say 99% of messages are not PO'd people. I mean, I don't know. Maybe for you they are, but I really don't believe that. Like I said, if you're doing your stuff and really if you take pride in what you're doing, and putting out a good quality product and representing your things the way that you shouldn't have that many PO'd people. Like I said, the majority of mine are, hey, I just left you positive feedback. Would you please leave me positive feedback? Because I don't have feedback replies turned on automatically. You typically, I wait for the customer to leave me feedback, and then I will leave them feedback afterwards. But if I haven't gotten feedback, usually after 30 to 60 days, then I'll go through, and anyone who I haven't left feedback for, I will leave it then. And then usually I always get some extra feedback after that. But I do get a lot of people that message me just saying, hey, really, I also get a lot of just say, hey, really, really nice item. Thank you so much. This was better than it was described. We'll buy from again. I get all kinds of messages like that, which is, super nice. Or, hey, man, I couldn't believe how quick this got here. That's probably one of the biggest things I usually get. And I think I showed it in one of my videos here not long ago. I actually showed a bunch of my feedback, like a whole page worth of feedback. And the majority of all my feedback, one of the biggest comments I got all the time was super fast shipping, lightning quick. Everything was, a lot of feedback was all, was shipping based along with, other comments, but shipping was usually always addressed. I think that's why it's important to also to do like the 1 day shipping. You get the little fast and free logo off to the side. Doing the 1 day shipping, you also get a little boost in the search rank, which is another plus. So, do the 1 day shipping if you can. I work a full-time job, and I still manage to do, I've never had an issue. I think I've only had one package that didn't make it out in time, and it was because I went on vacation and I didn't have a store at the moment at that particular time, so I couldn't put it on vacation, and I wasn't going to go through and try to change every single one of my things, handling time, item by item. So, I just took a chance on it, and sure enough, I missed it, but it was only one item. So, not a big deal. I'm still, in pretty good shape on that. Jack says, do you ever come up to Chicago? Actually, I was in St. Charles yesterday, so it's not quite Chicago, but definitely a suburb. I'm from St. Charles, I'm about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from there. So, Gretchen, yeah, man, it's about fast shipping, definitely. I'll bet 75% of my feedbacks mention shipping. Great point. Yeah, I mean, my feedbacks, and that's something I'll probably do here again. Is I'll just kind of I'll flash my feedbacks. Like I'm not ashamed of my feedback by any means. I definitely get a lot of really, really good feedback. But like I said, I take a lot of pride in the products I put out and what have you. I take the little extra time to do a little extra photo editing and what have you. I like to try to make my pictures pop the best I can. I do a lot of stuff, in my basement. I've got an unfinished basement, so there's no natural light, but I do have some light, big soft boxes that I use. It's not the best, but, I try to do whatever I can to help just really, really make all my stuff pop. Okay. Vault says, be careful listing a collared shirt as button down. That technically means the collar buttons down to the shirt. Had a buyer get furious with me over that because the collar didn't actually button down. I'd have to disagree with that, Vault, because if you actually, in the dress shirt category, like there's usually two categories for listing your shirts. One's a dress shirt, one is a casual shirts. If you list it under dress shirts, there's an actual spot that pops up that says collar type, and it'll say spread, point, button down. I think there's another couple options. And then where it says type of shirt, it actually, one of the suggestions is a button down. So, it's just because they usually always classify what the collar is in the actual description of the listing. I've never had an issue with, someone saying anything about the collars, but I also typically, like on a shirt like this or whatever, I typically always take a photo of like this area here, like like when the shirt's all closed up on the mannequin. I usually get a nice close up of the collar. So I mean, you can obviously tell that this is a spread collar, or and you get a nice close up of the buttons and what have you, just this whole little, area. Because honestly, a lot of times when, when you're talking to somebody, this is area, I mean, when you're not looking in your eyes, a lot of times, this is the area that you're looking at. So this is just what I do. That's kind of a photo that a lot of times I will put on my dress shirts is this little area right here. So like I said, you get to see the collar, or like on a quarter zip shirt like this, I'll take it, you can see, you'll get a nice shot of the zipper, the whole zipper area and stuff like that. And then, still the collar, and just kind of how it sits in this area. Like I said, just how I do it. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. I don't know how long I've been on. I've been on here. Sometimes doing these live shows, you just get rambling and chatting and interacting with y'all, which I totally love. And it's super great. Randy, you entering my. Oh, okay. Sonic goes, Andy, are you entering my sourcing clothing area in St. Charles? Well, I entered your area, but I didn't hit any of the thrifts in that area. The wife actually asked me, she's like, hey, do you want to, because I do know that there's a really big Salvation Army family store there. The times I've been in there, the prices are terrible, unless you're getting stuff on half price day. But yeah, I didn't go in there, and then there's plenty of Goodwills and stuff. But like I said, we're kind of on a mission to do some other stuff. We took off late, and I wanted to get back home because the sun was shining. When it's nice out, I want to be outside. But anyway, yeah. So sorry, Sonic. Yeah, I didn't poach your territory. I just hit some of the local garage sales. Yeah. Let's see. Vault says, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. It's usually not a negative message, but like you said, it gives you an anxiety. All right. Lonnie says, thanks, Andy. Good job with the live show. Thanks, Lonnie. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in and helping out. I always love having the experts in here in case, I get a little stuck, or I get somebody to give me a little backup. All right. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been on here long enough. It's Sunday, sun's shining. I'm getting outside. So anyway, that's going to do it. That's my time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, pins up. Bye, everybody.